Hi guys, welcome to this meeting. As you know, we're going to be doing this case study on conflict, and I've created a plan of what we'll be discussing every week. So this week we'll be discussing factors on how to gather knowledge about our topic. So this plan I've uploaded onto the Facebook group, so you can all have access to that. Yesterday, me and Zara did the finance. Have you got the finance documents with us?
Right here. It's the finance, what we are expecting. Like we had a budget of £7,000, and then we had the sheet here of how much it will cost us per person to do like the finance cost, like how much we would get per hour for doing that and marketing, and we tried to assume and estimate the number of hours that each of us are going to spend on this project, and this is what we came up with if we just pass it around, and that's the expected, that's what we think is going to be spent.
Just to be clear, the main expenses is basically staffing costs, so just how much I'm paying you, for instance, for marketing, and you'll be earning £490 during the duration of this whole project, because we actually do estimates of how many hours you'll be working on each project. So
how did you estimate that? Just
by looking at what we have to do, and then just estimate how long it will take you to do it. So for example,
what if I don't think that's a good enough amount?
But that's actually just the estimated.
Yeah, that's the expected,
yeah.
and then you tell me what you actually did, and then we can raise your salary or decrease it if you haven't worked that much.
So you'll have to do another one after we...
Yeah, it's just like another column, so expected, actual, and then you do the difference to get the variance.
Oh.
So our budget was 7,000, right?
7,000, yes.
And after all of the costs, we only had... It was quite a lot of money left over.
We had like more, like half of the money left.
Okay, so out of 7,000, we had £3,055 left to spend on the prototype of the product. So we went on this website on how to
create,
yeah,
like how much
create
how much it will cost us to create this. And
so we found out for 500 copies of this DVD, it will cost us £900, and we estimated that postage would be £3 per DVD, because that's the price in ASOS.
Right.
500 copies is how much I think we should estimate to sell
the first
for the first year, which will cost us £900. And postage is £3 per disc, which will be 1,500. So it will cost £4.80 to produce one DVD per unit. So
with
that's
the
how
postage
much.
as well.
Yeah, so
you're not paying for postage, people buying it.
Yeah, like the way we're going to distribute it is like by companies buying it, and there's no reason for us to distribute them in Tesco or Sainsbury's or stuff like that,
yeah.
because it's just for managing people. And
so basically that's just the cost of what we'll be paying, so we'll have to obviously pay to send it out, but we'll be pricing it at like £20. So we'll be getting about £15 and 20p profit per product sold. So I estimated that I think we should double the amount we sell every year, so we have to do it for 3 years. So 500 to be sold the first year, 1,000 the next, and 1,500 for the third year, because using that format, it shows that we're always kind of making a profit and we're increasing sales. That explains how we did the thing. So basically, we looked at everything you have to do, and then we just added an hour. So for one of your things, one of your tasks, one with the marketing research, I estimated that it'll take you about 4 hours, so I'm paying you for 4 hours.
yeah, but for example, are you done with the research? Like you're completely done?
Not yet.
No,
Just like the basic.
Okay, how long did that take you to make?
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay, how much did we estimate that she'll need for the entire project?
Where are you? For 4 hours.
Yeah, so
that's 2 hours done now, and then 2 hours next week.
Yeah, so we might have to like
make that more.
Yeah, but we just
We'll increase
estimated
that.
it because we didn't actually know where to start. So that's our starting point, and the next column is for the actual hours that we spent.
So we should note down how many hours was there.
Yeah.
Because here I can see my name only in the first 2 weeks, like week 3 and 4. then week 5 and 6, there's nothing for me to
You're
do.
not-
So maybe you
no.
can add me something.
There'll probably be research throughout though, won't there? Like whatever we're doing might need a bit of help researching something.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you'd probably need help maybe researching more for the presentation. So you can go deeper in some subjects and you can evaluate it more then because you have to show pros and cons and you have to relate it to other things to get high grades. So you can maybe help out on that, but that's again in the later weeks.
Because like in the actual video, like we might want to mention like actual laws that are used, like with conflict stuff, so you could like research
Yeah.
them and stuff like that.
That's a good idea. I will note that down actually for research. Do you want to use this and just write down research notes of what you need to do?
Yes.
With a mission to provide methods and examples of how to minimise and resolve conflicts in the workplace. And then I looked at, I think it was McDonald's, and theirs was like, no, this wasn't McDonald's, I can't remember which one this was, I'll find out which one it was, but
I'm loving it.
huh?
I'm loving it.
No, yeah, but like it was part of it, and it was improving operations, like so the resources were to improve operations within the business. So I thought we could like aim ours around that sort of thing, 'cause that's what we're trying to do. And then the vision, so like eventually like companies worldwide would want like use the product,
Yeah.
so everyone has a similar way to like handle the situations, like common denominator, common factor, so ensuring a better workplace for everyone.
I think the vision has to be more time specific.
Yeah, I said here eventually 2020.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But when I looked up like what a vision should be,
Yeah.
it should be a declaration of the company's goals for the mid-term/long-term future. And so the two key things is where it wants to be in the future, and it should have a level of excitement and motivation. So that's what I got to work on, just finalising that.
Can I see?
So yeah, if there's anything you think I should like add or think.
I was just thinking, are we making a strategy as well? Like we should probably,
Strategy with, like,
or the company's
they don't really create strategies, that is part of it, like the mission and the vision, they don't really have a strategy statement.
It's more like a
Do they?
guideline
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I like
And also in the module guide it only says we have to do the mission and vision, so
okay.
is everyone happy with the mission? Do you want to read that again?
Okay. So to provide methods and examples of how to minimise and resolve conflicts in the workplace. Yeah, and then I think I might mention about improving like operations and like, using the resources in the business.
Okay.
But do you mention that the mission is global and not just?
Well, the mission, I think that should be the vision, because the vision is like where you see it in the future. Because if
Okay.
we're starting in the UK,
but
and smaller.
didn't the module handbook say that we need to
A multicultural thing.
Yeah.
So you can maybe mention that.
So what could you say like in the UK? Because obviously there's loads of businesses, like different cultures and everything.
Yeah.
So we started here and then like wanted to go global. Then that's like where we see ourselves in the future. So that's like the vision.
That's what you mean.
maybe not? Maybe we shouldn't start with saying worldwide, just like you said, but we should expand it further.
So like
than-
Europe or something.
But it's not
Yeah,
about where we're selling
exactly.
them, it's about how to deal with conflicts in our current situation,
Yeah.
but with different people.
So basically I focused on the conflict structures, about what we're going to include in the videos. So basically resolving conflict between staff. I mentioned 5 problems that what staff face during work. Yeah. So the first one was different values. So basically it's the workplace consists of individuals who all have their own perspective. So some employees have strong beliefs which they are not willing to compromise. These beliefs can conflict with the co-workers, creating conflict. So, and I talked more about how they can resolve that by employees understanding each other and stuff like that. The second is opposing interests, where when an employee decides to pursue her own career goals without regard for the organizational goals and its well-being. So that explains that some of the employees, they just look at their personal goals and not the organizational goal that they are in, and that causes conflicts as well. The third is personality conflicts. No two people are exactly alike, therefore personality clashes in the workplace are unavoidable. one employee may have a reserved personality, while another may be more outgoing and forward. Problems arise when the two do not understand or respect each other's inner nature. The fourth is poor communication. So poor communication leads to misunderstanding and conflict among employees. For instance, misunderstandings can occur if the manager asks one employee to relay important instruction to other employees, but the employees fails to do that, which also causes conflict. And I listed many examples as well. And the fifth is personal problems. Basically, if an employee has a problem outside workplace and comes to work with a bad mood and does not explain to the employee about what's going on, then it's going to cause clash because he'll just be in a bad mood. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's pretty much what we can do with the script. We can maybe do.
There are many more, but I just listed
five scenarios, so we can do maybe 30 seconds per scenario.
Can I just ask, I don't know if you mentioned, but are these the most frequent problems, or did you just handpick 5?
Some of them, like I looked at more than one website. Many of them included, like for example, the poor communication was in all of them. However, for example, personal problems, not every website talked about that. But if I can, for next week, I can include the most popular as well.
Yeah, I think that's what we should focus on.
Do you think we should prioritize them in
the most common problems? Because
But what about like conflicts such as like sexism and stuff, like in the workplace?
not only
vague,
sexist,
really.
but also your
Because
cultural.
like, how are you going to show like personal differences on a video? You can't really do it. So I think
But you'll have to show an example of that.
I know with something like, say, like sexual harassment or something like that, you can literally just show it happening. Do you know what I mean? With like someone like putting their personal goals first, how are you going to show that? Do you know what I mean? You can't be like, you just can't show that for a video. Whereas if you have something actual, like say like I don't know, racism, sexual harassment, you can actually show that happening.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then
It's like
redo it. They're just a bit vague.
So,
But does that
Yeah,
fall under any of those
Personal
categories, do you think?
sorry?
Personal harassment and
Yeah, it
discrimination?
goes under the personal problems.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it
but
would
I
fall
did
under
not really
them.
include, I have to be more specific, just very general.
Yeah, because I think like sexism or racism is the not easier one to do, but like, and people will like know it's more like well known and it could happen in any culture.
It's
Yeah,
easy to
true.
show in a video, whereas like you can't show, like say, like someone putting their personal goals first.
Actually, I
Can't
have a
show
thought
that, can
about
you?
that. We could like make thought bubbles. I don't know if it's too advanced,
Yeah.
but maybe if we say you film,
Yeah.
we'll film you and like we're doing a meeting, and after that meeting you can like have your own thoughts on the video where you're like, I don't care what they say, I'm gonna go my way, my idea is better, la la la.
Yeah.
That you show it like visually, you don't actually have
Yeah.
to act on it.
Yeah,
And
that's
you
a
can
good idea.
have like a
but I
background voice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a background
yeah,
voice
voice
as
over.
well.
You want something that's also gonna like what people are going. It sounds weird, but like want to watch.
think, yeah,
as
it needs to be a bit
much as-
entertaining. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it has to have that
And
factor
everyone's
as well.
got their own personal goals and stuff like that, so you can't really solve that. Everyone's got to put themselves first, aren't they? So we need to just think of like actual things like sexual harassment, racism,
Yeah.
and then just show it happening, and then show how to resolve it, rather than just obviously they're big problems.
Yeah,
but
we
just
So
do
too
basically,
vague to
I'll
show.
research more examples
Yeah,
that we
like-
can act it out.
Yeah.
I really like the fact that we should bring forward the problems with the sexism and the racism and stuff like
Because
that.
they happen
I
all
think
the
that,
time as
yeah.
well. Whereas like
They're more
these are like the more like not the common ones, but they're like not as significant. But, like
General.
yeah,
Maybe we
Yeah.
should raise the awareness that this actually happens, because I don't think people actually
Yeah.
realize how common
Yeah.
this can be,
Yeah, definitely.
and that it kind of clouds your judgment.
Yeah, and it's easier to show.
Yeah.
We
And
can
like
get
stuff like
paid,
personality conflict, that's always going to happen.
Yeah.
You can't solve
Yeah,
that.
true.
People are not just
so
going
you
to get
could,
on.
you could do like a few clips of like if you did like sexual harassment, like sexism, racism, and then you could do like a few minor ones where it's just like these are also ones which could happen.
Yeah, so we can focus on the main view,
Yeah.
and then
And they're going to be more entertaining as well to watch like an argument over racism or sexual harassment. So that's going to be more
it's
That
more
is
engaging,
true.
and it doesn't
Someone's
have
not
to
going to
be
want to show it in
viewing.
a meeting if it's just like yeah, like they're not
Know
going to
what's
watch
happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we
not
want
video.
drama.
This down.
Exactly.
Okay, that sounds good. So do you want to do that for next week?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. That's everything we need to discuss for this week. So for next week, I'll give you your person specifications and your job descriptions. Do you want to start working on the marketing statement and start doing research on what kind of, what the training market, how it's segmented and how this product should be priced and reached because when me and Zara did the finance, we just estimated £20.
And also you said about not selling it in the shops, you'd sell it just
Yeah.
to the companies.
Because we'll be approaching the HR.
So have you,
companies
or should I
directly.
look at that and see like what other companies have
Mhm.
sent movies or just sell movies online to other companies?
Yeah, because
Maybe I was thinking Amazon because they do sell
Yeah, all
stuff
that
like
sort of
that.
like
Yeah.
chain
it would
Yeah.
mostly be business to business.
Yeah.
Because yeah, we were saying that the appeal wouldn't be there just to sell them in W.
Yeah.
Smith or whatever.
Yeah.
And it will cost us more
Sorry,
money to
you said-
actually.
Mm.
You said something about the, sorry,
No
you just said
problem.
something about the laws.
Yeah.
What
So
is
like
it?
say we're doing sexual harassment, you
Yeah.
could look into the actual laws that are, you know, around sexual harassment, or say racism, and like what sort of laws, like you could probably look to do a lawsuit on someone or something like that, so maybe you could, and then we could like do a scenario, and then maybe after someone like say these are the laws that can be done, this is what can be done, or we could also look, you could look up like famous incidents where I know sex harassment and racism has happened, like the Sky Sports one with Andy Gray, and he got slapped over being sexist about like a linesman or something like that. So you could look that up maybe.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe we can look at like the homosexuality as well,
Yeah.
if that's an
That's a
issue
good one.
among companies.